Hello everyone, my name is CK, and today I wanted to, make a quick video about my favorite executions for every character in the game, and the execution I hate the most. This is just a little video before my two better worked videos on, because I'm still writing the scripts to them. One would be about Warmonger, that comes out in about 2 days, I believe, so I'm going to fucking record the video then, because I really want to actually test Warmonger and all that. And the next one will just be about my future with For Honor. So yeah, let's just get into it. To start off with Warden, the best tools in the game. My favorite executions for him is definitely deep hacking. I love this execution, even though many people say it's way too tough and all that. I really love the starting swing he does. People are saying that he swings like a baseball bat, which I can't agree on. But just the snap just makes it way good. The execution I hate the most on every Warden is Alorius' Wrath. This execution is almost on every Warden, and yeah, sure, it's pretty cool that you literally throw your weapon away and you begin beating up the opponent. But it's way too overused in my opinion, so I can't really like it anymore. So yeah, we have Conqueror. My favorite one is Fero's Frio. This one. I don't know what I love about it, but it's the fact that he literally dunk that. I love the fucking first swing and the swing with the hit with the shield itself, because that actually looks like it fucking pings them a lot. My least favorite execution for Conqueror is definitely Morgul's Charge. Do remember these are my opinions, and you can have your own opinion, but I don't really like this execution a lot. I do see why some people can like it, because it's just way simple, and he even says it's shield bash line, the one you probably heard a lot about facing a Conqueror. So yeah, I just don't like it because it's a little bit simple. What can I say? Conqueror's executions are really simple. It's just him floating at the flail. Every single one of them. Peacekeeper. My favorite execution for Peacekeeper is Nighttail and Guilty. I love this execution. The dunk, just the way she puts the fucking dagger in and just stab, dunk. Just listen to that. It's beautiful. I really love it just because of that. I know it isn't really that realistic, but I love it. It's really brutal. My least favorite execution for Peacekeeper is Led to Slaughter. This is a default execution, and yes, I will be counting default executions. I do not like this. I feel like it's really dumb. The fact that how she puts the knife in and then does that doesn't make any sense. I don't really like it. It's way too weird for me to use. My favorite execution for Lawbringer is definitely Off With Their Head. I love this execution. I love it to death. There's nothing that's gonna take this one off my my loadouts. I mean, this execution is so good. The fucking dunk. Just that, and it just makes it really good. And it was the first decapitation execution for Lawbringer, so how can I not like this? My least favorite execution for Lawbringer is Oh Come On, or actually no, Knock Knock, or Knock Knock. I do get the idea of the person, if you flawless them or something, if they run away and all that, because they're too scared to fight you or something. But there's nothing a lot going for you. Just grab them and just, yeah, that's it. I don't really like it. This one used to be one of my favorite executions, but the more I've used other executions, I really feel like I don't like this one. It is funny sometimes. I will equip it sometimes just because I have no other execution I can use. I have every single Lawbringer execution, so it's really you have to switch between executions and all that. My favorite execution for Centurion is one I actually don't have equipped or even have. It is Inglorious End. I love this execution, and I really want to buy it, but there's no stuff for Warmonger. This execution is so good. The punch. I know he's like, nah, he can still protect himself, but do you think you would be able to protect yourself after getting punched so there comes blood out of your mouth? Like, this execution is so good. My least favorite execution for Centurion is it takes guts. I used to love this execution, but there's not a lot going for it. I mean, sure, it's really cool that he shanks them and he whispers you will not fight, you will no longer hurt anyone or something like that. And like the punch as well is so impactful. The camera work is perfect, but it's a little bit too simple for me. My favorite Gladiator execution is one I have equipped. That is I love this execution. I love it to death. This is also one of my favorite executions of the whole game because I love the way he stabs them and just feints them and just doot, and it begins punching. I love this. My least favorite Gladiator execution is Maximum Carnage. I don't like this. Sure, I've equipped it sometimes. I mostly just equip executions I don't like. I just switch between every executions, but I don't know. Just don't like this one. I've never really liked it. There's just something about it. And now to last night, Blackbird. My favorite execution for Blackbird is definitely a limb slicer. Simple and yet effective. Actually, no, there's two. It's limb slicer or severe sentence. Or serve sentence, I don't know. These two executions are probably two of my favorite Blackbird executions. I just love the impact of that. Just the doom and all that. While limb slicer, just the way he cuts off the arm is just so easy, but when he does it so, he doesn't even deal damage. But you probably have taken so much damage about Blackbird. Control. All that stuff. My least favorite Blackbird execution is Spine Breaker. I feel like a lot of people can agree on this one. This is probably the most dumbest Blackbird execution. I don't really like this one. I found it cool sometimes, but for the most part, I just love the. I was hoping he was gonna do something cool, but when I saw him, just walks up to him, does this. I didn't like it a lot. So yeah, that's the knight. Let's move on to the Vikings. Starting off with the Vikings, we have Raider. My favorite Raider execution is Agnes's Tide. I love this. The first hit is just too good. The way he spins around and chucks them. He even builds up momentum, which I absolutely love. Builds up momentum and then chucks them away. I love this. My least favorite Raider execution is... where is it? Where is it? Come on. Gutbuster. I don't like this because the animation is ruined because now he just hits them with PP. Which sure, that deals a lot of damage to you, but like it doesn't look that good. Because back then it used to like chop in the middle. It's literally called Gutbuster. He would chop it in the middle, which I absolutely love. This is like when that was out, that was my favorite Raider execution. I loved it so much. But it also looks weird on a female Raider. Just because she doesn't even hit the axe on them. It's not even on the. It looks on their side, but when you look here, it's not even connected. Warlord. My favorite Warlord execution is Head on a Platter. I love this execution so damn much because the impact that the shield makes it what I really love about it. Just the and the way like he walks up to him, saying you will be a feast for the crows, I believe, or the ravens. I don't know. It just makes it good, and just the camera work here, like takes big steps. You can see the whole camera shakes. I love that. My least favorite Warlord execution is Targeted Strike. I feel like a lot of people can agree this is like the worst Warlord execution because it's just that. I mean, sure, on the opponent's perspective, it looks really good, You complete cover, then the Warlord goes in for the stab, and he grabs the shield, and you just die. There's not a lot going to it. Yeah. Favorite Berserker execution? My favorite Berserker execution has to be Cannonball Dropkick. I know a lot of people don't like this one, but this is the reason why I actually began playing Berserker a long time ago. I love this execution to death when it came out, because I love dropkicks. I don't know if not a lot of people know this about me, but I love dropkicks. It's like probably one of my favorite things in the whole world. So yeah, it just makes me feel so happy when I saw a character actually got a dropkick execution. My least favorite Berserker execution is Severe Amputation. It's just no for me. I like the whole he cuts their leg, they fall down, he has like a swift motion and he goes up to cut the cut, and then that's like the long wind up is what mostly kills it for me, because it just takes up a long wind up, and the way he cuts off the head doesn't make any sense. He puts it right there and just slashes their throat out kind of thing. It just head just pops off. Doesn't make sense for me. My favorite Valkyrie execution is definitely Judgment Call. I love this execution, and I'm gonna buy it when I can. Because first of all, I love it because of the head plant, just the doomp and the throw. Slowly walk up to the opponent who's apparently pinned, and then snap their neck with your foot. I know it doesn't make any sense that you can snap their neck with the foot, but I feel like she just stomps it like too hard or something like that. Just the end part where you don't see your own body, you just see the Valkyrie walk away from the opponent's perspective. Like, just look at that. You just see the Valkyrie walk away, like you're completely nothing to her. My least favorite Valkyrie execution is Aim for the Head. I like the whole simplicity of it, just the boop and then the smash. But it doesn't really have too much to it. It's either Aim for the Head or Spotter Knockout. Don't know why this was an execution that was made for Valkyrie. It would make sense of other characters, but definitely not Valkyrie. So Aim for the Head and Sporting Knockout, so Valkyrie gets 2 for worst executions in my opinion. Shaman. My favorite execution for Shaman is Timber. This one he came out with, and I bought it when it came out. I love this execution. The stabs to the shoulder as you pin them down when chopping them off. I love the double chops it does, like chop, chop, big wind up and then chops the head off again. That's how you really cut off a head. Like you have to basically chop them twice or something, because there's a lot of power to take off a head completely. My least favorite Shaman execution is Headbanger. I don't know about this one. I love how brutal it is, the bang in the head, but it's just way too slow in my opinion. And plus I've like never used it since it came out. And sometimes I do, but I feel like yeah, I just don't like it a lot. But I do love the brutality and the pulls he does in the start, where he literally drags them towards her. They're trying to flee, and I love that. Let's just take a look again. As you can see, they're still trying to crawl, and it just drags them over to them. My favorite Highlander execution definitely has to be Pathetic. I love the brutality of it. And yes, my Highlander looks like every Highlander right now. I'm planning on changing him later. Right now, this is how he looks. Back to the execution. I love this execution because it's way too cool in my opinion. Because the way he throws them down, he picks up the claymore, and just drags them. And the opponent's perspective is probably what I love most about it. I love getting executed by this execution because it looks like, yeah, it's pathetic. My pathetic attempt to try to get myself free. My least favorite execution for Highlander is Bone Crusher. This execution is the first one I bought for Highlander, so I still have some hard difficulty saying it's the worst. But it's just, no. The way he holds the claymore, the way he flips it, doesn't make any sense to me. He flips it up and does that. The claymore I'm going to use, or I'm using, there's like little rills on where he grabs it. Now you can see it. You just probably go into whip it, but yeah, I just don't like it a lot. Plus, it's broken, so the person won't even fly that far away because of terrain. As you can see, there's like little coils on top. My favorite Yorm execution has to be Brutal Upswing. I love this execution so much. And I feel like a lot of Yorm players love it because it just dunk, dunk, dunk. It's actually gonna be a tie with my favorite executions when I think about it. Bait and Nail as well. I love this execution. Even though, where does the head go? The head just vanishes. But I love how brutal it is. Just throw away. The punch is probably what makes me the best about you. Like the punch down. Probably can't see it because my effect literally blocks the punch. But I can already know the punch too much. Yeah, it's just really good. My least favorite Yorm executions is Hammerhead. I love how brutal it is. The dunk. And if that was been it, I would have been loving it, but like McDonald's. I would have been loving a lot about this execution, but the way it continues on. I mean, sure, Yorm is supposed to be a crazy cultist and all that, but no, in my opinion. I don't like the whole dunk into put my hammer in. Let's just put it right there, perfect. Nah, it doesn't look good. Take it back. I don't like it. Let's move on to the samurai. Starting off with my beautiful looking Kensei. I really love this Kensei design. We start off with my favorite execution for Kensei, and that is my first put, Kinkashi. I love this execution. It is so good in my opinion. Just slash in the knees, slash the arm off, and then just whack them. I love it. It's so good in my opinion. But the opponent's camera is also really good because you have the Kensei just it like pans around, and I love that. My least favorite execution for Kensei has to be ground stab. Sure, it's really like cool and all that. The wipe is probably wipe is probably the one thing that almost sells it for me. But the rest of the execution is just too generic, too weird for me. But I love to see all the Kensei use because I believe it has like so good of a opponent's view. For Shigoki, my favorite execution for Shigoki is one I don't have, and that is going to be 1-inch punch. I don't know what I love about this, but I love this execution too much. Like the one punch, like he doesn't even go for a lot, and I love it. He just doop, and then they're fucking dead. And the opponent's move is probably what I love about the most. Like that. Oh, it's so good. I love it. My least favorite Shigoki execution is going to be, where is it? Bombastic. Yeah, I don't like it a lot. First of all, how can that Kenobu keep standing up? How do you jab it in that? I know the bow kind of thing is probably what sells it a lot because it's really cool, but how does he stick the bomb in? Just create a crater or stick it in the mouth? It would make more sense if you put it in the mouth of the opponent, which I think is what they were going for. And I love the standing effect of it still smoking, like when the person's dead. Just watch that again. I love the smoke still coming out of it. That I really love about it. That's like the only thing I love about it. My favorite Rochi execution has to be Overkill. And yes, it's literally Overkill. I love how the slash and the stance at the end. I love it. Also, one of my other favorite executions for Rochi, which is going to be a tie for this one, is Choke on This. It's simple, I love it, and the flick. I love there comes blood off the sword, or off the katana. I love it. Just flick, there's blood out of it. I love it. my favorite Nobushi execution has to be Yukashi. I love the snap, love the kick, and the opponent's view looks really good as well. And it's the book. My least favorite execution for Nobushi is actually one I have equipped, Home Run. I like the overtop, just the buying of the firebomb, but there's not a lot about it. It's just the dude. I love the flip she does with it. Like she flips the whole like Nagachi or whatever it's called. She spins it around and just does something on top of the head, and then bang, explodes. But yeah, I don't really like it a lot. For Oromusha, my favorite execution for him is in the forearm. Yes, it's over the top. Yes, it's Oromusha. Oromusha has a lot of over the top executions, but I just love the camera angle of the opponent trying to still fight against him, even though they're mostly dead. He's just still trying to, like, it's like toying with them. He knows that he can beat them easily, but he just wants to give them a chance. My least favorite execution for Oromusha is Dragon Palm, or no, hold on, Bare Hand Beatdown. There we go. This execution, I don't like. It's way over the top for me, and yes, you could say Think Fast is also way over the top, but I don't know, I just don't like melee combat kind of things, especially when you don't have like two katanas. Plus the opponent view is probably one of my least favorite opponent views ever. He stands up there in the stoop. There you go, you don't see a lot more. You see this Gucci flip-flop, but that's it. Shinobi. My favorite execution for Shinobi has to be No Escape. I love the way he flings up and then grabs under the neck, flies over to him, stands right there and just chops their head off. Yes, it's unrealistic, but what do you mean? It's for honor. It's war manga is at least also unrealistic, but I'll talk about that more about my upcoming war manga video. But yeah, I just love this execution, clean and all. My least favorite execution for Shinobi is Hack and Slash. I don't like this. I love the simple chop, 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 chop. I love it, but no, it's just too. No, I just don't like it. Plus, he chops like the exact same spot. I know he's like creating it like so it's easier for him to decapitate the head, but no, it just doesn't make sense for me. I just don't like it. Going on to Itakuri, my favorite execution for Itakuri, Yato's Pretty Side. I love this execution. I love the way, first of all, I love the axe impale he does in the start. I love the dunk and then chop in the shoulder, brings them down, just dunk, and then yeah, that. And I love the opponent's view as well. The opponent's view is really good. See this Itakuri literally murdering the shit out of your character. No mercy style. My least favorite execution for Itakuri, it's I mean, there's not a lot of Itakuri executions I don't like. Probably my least favorite one is, what is it? Yeah, Kamikaze, yeah, this one. I don't like it because it doesn't have the slash effect anymore, the blind effect. I know it does it in real game, and it's only on the opponent, but yeah, I know why it was like really annoying when Itakuri on your team had it, because you just had this immediate flashbang sometimes across the map. But no, I just feel like it's, without the flash, like you can see it as well, it's just, there's not a lot of fun more to it. Now let's move on to the Wulin. After the Wulin, my favorite execution for Tiandi is Hold This. I love that. I love the way he jabs it down in, snaps her on, dude, and brings out the Dao again. He literally puts on the, here, hold this, thanks, kind of thing. Jabs it in, snaps her arm, dude, boom. My least favorite execution for Tiandi is going to be keep trying. Just BM. I love the elegant ways he goes around, but like, no, I don't like it. Some people might just, yeah, it's cool and all that. I love the characters like trying to fight with the Dao, but no, not a good one in my opinion. It's the fletch, boom, and all that, yeah. Jengjun, or JG, whatever we call it. My favorite execution for Jengjun is upward. No, upward. Hold on, let me just take. Where is it? Where is it? Shifu's Punishment. There we go. Went past it so many goddamn times. Shifu's Punishment is probably one of my favorite JJ executions. Also one of my first, I believe. It's the dunk, squapulate, dunk, and cut off the head. Such elegancy. I know it like doesn't make any sense that you can flick it up and then punch it like that. I mean, maybe some people could do it, but I especially can't. I don't know many people who can do it, but some people I believe can do it. My least favorite execution for JJ is going to be, where is it? Stay down. I love the many swings he does, but then this part comes. It's no. It's so elegant. I love the slash, the doom, 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 and then this last part just has to kill it. No, it just makes me not liking it a lot. For Shaolin, my favorite execution is going to be Brawling Showdown. I love how fast it is, just to block into that, break their knee, and then just punch or whack them with the stick. Bonk. Yeah. My least favorite execution for Shaolin is going to miss Michia's kill. I don't know how to say it, but I don't like it a lot. Way it's like the camera position I like, but for the most part I just don't like it. I know he's just like a BM execution because he's just toying around with you. Like you're nothing to him. But yeah, I just don't like it. My favorite Nusha execution, just saying Nusha, just I don't like already. I'm a player, so I can't really say a lot. My favorite execution for Nusha is going to be comeback. I like the way he jabs in the back, connects the sword or hook swords, and then just jabs them. I love the way he just stabs it in, connects it, flips them down, jab, or stab. And there you go, they're just dead. My least favorite execution for Nusha, and I believe a lot of people, cross the moon snap. How does he die? I know you cut them, but it just doesn't look like that would kill a person. I mean, sure, he like quickly shifts them, the hook sides of the weapon together, but no, I don't feel like a lot of people like this, and I really don't like it as well. Talk to any Nusha player, and they'll say this is probably the worst execution for Nusha. Probably next to by my new, but I love this one. To the last one, Jianhu. My favorite execution for Jianhu is going to be Imperial Tall. I love the way the starting kill is. It's the kick, slash their knees, slash off their head. I love it. It's so good. I love the delicacy of it. It's just slash, slash, and there we go. 2 easy slashes, then they're dead. My least favorite execution for Jianhu is Sunda's Rule. Even though it's like pretty cool on some levels, I am not a big fan of this execution. Mostly because it takes such a long time to get out of animation. Yeah, I just don't like it a lot. I mean, the opponent's view is probably the best part of it. You can see the cut into like the Jian who takes over the camera kind of thing. Like, you know that's the person who just killed you. The person who just cut off your arm. They're probably spamming thanks the quick chat. So those are all the executions in I like and dislike. I really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, because I have some I believe big videos coming up. there won't be a lot of editing because I'm not a good editor. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss those 2 videos. I will be streaming Warmonger when it comes out. I will be making the video and all that. I hope to see you later. Probably. Goddamn, I'm so bad at intros.